Okay, yeah, I know it's been quite a while since I made a video, but a lot of things have been happening and I just didn't have time. I started school and I turned 18 and I read a few good books, one of which I will now present to you for BLA number 5. I read this book that's been sweeping my school, and actually it made the rounds last year, but I decided I was not going to succumb to the trend. And then I had nothing to read for a while at the end of August, so I just said, oh, what the heck, and went and bought it. And I read it, and surprisingly, I decided I loved it. It is now my new favorite series, and it's going to be a movie pretty soon. So, I made Twilight, my new favorite book. Twilight, probably a lot of you have read, and I have decided that it is worth telling you about if you haven't. Alright, Twilight is about this girl named Bella who moves from Arizona to Washington, this teeny tiny town called Forks. And she meets this boy named Edward who immediately doesn't seem to like her, but she likes him for some reason. She can't explain it. And then she finds out through a little beach party where she meets this guy named Jacob, and he starts telling her stories about his, like tribal stories, because he's Native American who lives on a reservation up there. But anyway, he starts telling her these stories about the cold ones, aka vampires. And Bella realizes that the guy that she likes is a vampire. Now this guy's name, you probably know, is Edward. And Edward lives in a family of vampires. So they end up falling in love, and then when Bella's human, so other vampires like to eat her, kind of. So she is in danger from this tracker who wants to kill her for some reason, because he's nuts. And he ends up tracking her back down to Arizona, where Edward sends her to save her life from him. And he nearly kills her, but Edward comes to the rescue and saves her. And they live happily ever after, kind of. Vampire and a human who love each other like Romeo and Juliet. That's just classic. I don't think I did it justice trying to summarize it like that. You really have to read it in order to really appreciate it fully, because Stephenie Meyer, the author, has a subtle way of writing. It's just different than anything I've ever read. It's really enjoyable. So, it's Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. So go read it, and maybe if you're like me and you didn't think you would like it, you'll change your mind. Happy reading.